there's a lot of news going on. I mean, number one, another stimulus package is going out. It took them long enough. Number two, I don't live under a rock, so I am well aware of the breaking news that Jerry and Nike are no more. It's now Jerry and Adidas. So a lot of you are probably curious about my take on that. Let me just get this out the way. Very, very happy for Jerry because that man's business, that's major for him. Now, there are parts of me that are certainly sad. I will talk about that because at first I felt like Drake. I was just looking at my phone like, wow, when the news broke. But then part of me honestly was kind of like, nah, love, I'm good when it comes to me necessarily going all in heavy on the Fear of God and Adidas collaborative pieces. Again, there's a lot to break down. I'm sure a lot of people will have opinions on it. I'll just share mine with you because who would have thought when they released the friends and family pair of the Fear of God raids that kind of was a sign of things ending.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still finish and one.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ back with another video. Talks with TJ, aka TJ Two Swoosh Chains. And yes, okay, breaking news, all right? So if you're brand new here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate you, Two Swoosh crew. Okay, it's a lot that I have to really pack into this video, and I hope it's not super long. So the very first thing I have to remind people of, okay? When it comes to things that I may be really interested in, right? Whether it's the Colts, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Klay Thompson or things like that, as well as with Fear of God or Jerry, when news breaks, like I am aware, like I know. It's always so funny when tons of people hit me up. Like so many people hit me up when Klay Thompson was injured last year and then this year in the offseason. And it's like, I know. Yeah, like I know. Like I have a phone, I have 3 phones that are actually active at all times, somewhere in close proximity to me. So I know, plus I follow the Fear of God page, Fear of God News Leaks. I follow Jerry, follow Essentials. There's a lot of, outlets just on Instagram alone that I'll find out about things. But nonetheless, the news broke. So there is a long-term partnership now with Jerry Lorenzo and Adidas. And I mean, first off, again, bravo to Jerry. When you look at this, that's major for his brand. Now, you guys know, yeah, I have an affinity for Nike. I really, really do. Just because I have an affinity for Nike, it doesn't mean I dislike Adidas, but it also doesn't mean because this is a brand new partnership for Jerry and Adidas that you will just automatically see me going and buying a ton of Adidas stuff. I don't own any Adidas stuff right now, so it isn't going to be just me buying lots of that because it's now linked and associated with Jerry. So that's probably another point to just kind of put out there. I mean, listen, I'll liken it to this. When Peyton Manning left the Indianapolis Colts and he went to play for the Denver Broncos, people were curious, like, oh, are you going to go buy a Peyton jersey when he's in Denver? No, I still have just the Colts jersey. That's it. I still have the Indianapolis Peyton jersey. That's it. That's all I have. I didn't then go buy a Denver Broncos jersey. And I'll be honest, at least for me, certainly as it stands right now, it'll probably be that. Now, when you look at this deal, I think it's so monumental because you have to pay attention to the words said by Jerry. The words said by Jerry, okay? He said this is a role that is unprecedented in its very nature, okay? This is a fearless move where shared vision and conviction are at the heart of the accretion of 2 brands shaping sports and culture. I'm going to be honest with you, it's the shared vision and conviction. So I don't have an issue, first off, taking constructive criticism. I don't have an issue giving constructive criticism, especially to those that I may care about or love. And Nike, I have a love for you. I really do. Here's some constructive criticism, though. You hear those words, shared vision and conviction? Conviction, trust. I just really feel like Nike, you guys don't trust the people you partner with enough. I guess that would be my biggest gripe when it comes to Nike, partnering with designers, not just athletes, but when you're partnering with an actual designer, They are very unconventional in nature. They don't want to be put into a box. They don't want to conform. They don't want you standing over them. They want, excuse me, a really laissez-faire approach, right? They want creativity. They want freedom. They want ownership. They want expression. They want trust. They want you to trust that what they bring to the table as a designer, as a creative, as a visionary, that you trust it. And they're only going to do right by that being partnered with your brand. I feel like at least that's what designers would maybe want when they're partnering with the brand. And man, listen, Nike, you lost Ye. And I would not be surprised if Virgil is the next to go. I'm just putting that out there. Like, that would be interesting if Virgil was the next to go. That would be wild, because you have two that were pretty much apprentices under Ye, and what if they all went to Adidas? That would be wild. That would be really wild. It truly would, but I think that's the issue. I guess I would say constructive criticism for Nike is just trust designers more when you partner with them. Just trust them, because if they don't feel they have real creative freedom, it comes down to, I think, if someone is going to give you better, I'm just throwing this out as an example, right? One company pays you more money, but they are, they oversee so much, and you just feel like there's not a lot of balance there, right? It's not as enjoyable as you would love it to be. Company B pays you a little bit less, and again, this has nothing to do with Jerry's bag. I don't know what kind of bag he got from Adidas. It's probably massive, but let's just say company B doesn't pay you as much, but when it comes to the fringe benefits, when it comes to the balance you have, when it comes to the appreciation and the culture and everything there, you may opt for company B, even if they're paying you a little bit less, because you are fulfilled in a multitude of ways that maybe you're not with company A. And maybe that's what happened with Jerry. I don't know. Now, if you I say pay attention. Maybe we all missed this with the fact that he released the Friends and Family pair. I certainly didn't think that this shoe would be released, and it was. Now, I was blessed enough to pick this up when he did that. It really kind of was a shock drop, I should say, when that occurred, and I'm happy to have this now. I now have all 3 Air Raids, or I should say Nike Fear of God Raids. Now, what will this do to Nike times Fear of God pieces? Probably shoot them up through the roof. I just honestly, they'll probably go up. Now, does that mean I'm immediately going to go rush out and buy a Fear of God one? It doesn't. Not right now. I do have some in my cart. I do, but I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do it right now. Does that mean I'll probably have to pay more for it in the future? It does. But I can't simply have my life always react based on what someone else is doing that benefits them. This is a great move for Jerry. This is personally, business-wise, this is probably amazing for Jerry. But I think this is also a thing where, as of right now, I'm staying true to myself. And I didn't have intentions of buying a Fear of God one right now as it stands. So I'll eventually have one, just like I was eventually going to have one anyway. Price goes up, the price goes up. If I want to pay it, I'll pay it. If I don't, I won't. I think it will be interesting to see what he comes out with, because he wanted to really take that next step, right? He's really completed the trinity of lines. He has main line, he has essentials, and now he has Fear of God Athletic. So that is a major thing. And that's probably another point of contention of why he is no longer with Nike, because Jerry stated he wants to see his shoes on the mound. He wants to see them on a baseball field, on the diamond. He wants to see them on the court. And outside of PJ Tucker, have you really seen Fear of God ones? Well, no, there was actually a WNBA player that had them on. Never mind. But outside of like those two, I've only really seen like 2 players in Fear of God ones. And Jerry wants his line of shoes taken seriously. He wants them on the court. He wants them used for performance. So much goes into it, right? Heart and soul into these designs. And probably it wasn't the outcome that he was hoping for. Again, this is all speculation, and listen, I suspect prices will go up for things. In terms of the clothing, I don't know. The clothing might stay at the same price. In terms of the shoes, yeah, Fear of God ones could go up. Raids will probably go up. Mocks might go up too. So this might be the time to secure if you don't have any. I am fortunate to have all of the raids. I have 1 pair of mocks. I don't have ones yet, but that was on my list. Absolutely. Listen, it's wild. I can only be happy for Jerry. Honestly, I can only be happy for him. You can tell that this was really that next step, I think, for Fear of God as a whole, right? And I don't think he has the 3 stripes tattooed on the back of his neck to have to do with Adidas. I think it really does have to do with him completing the trinity of the vision of what he has for Fear of God. And that's awesome. Listen, walk in your purpose and walk in what you're comfortable with and what your life aligns with, not with anybody else and their opinions and what they think. At least that's how I feel you should go about it. So this is, I'm not going to say it's unprecedented because Ye left Nike as well, but he has his own line. And I think as a designer, when you go somewhere and you're not under just the larger umbrella, but you also have your own line, that's crazy, right? And I mean, this doesn't just happen with designers. Nike, you don't have Steph anymore, and just a multitude of things, right? So there's room to learn, there's room to grow. I will say that, Nike. Now, for you going after items, right? Nike Fear of God items. I'll do a video probably before the year ends, just as like a buyer beware, be careful, because you're gonna have people either charging crazy prices and you just want to make sure that you're not getting burned on whatever it is you're picking up. Okay, listen, we all take L's in this game sometime. I had to learn a lesson this year, and it is what it is. I'll make sure to share that lesson with you, just so maybe you learn and you're a little bit more smart and cautious than I was. But it's crazy, right? So Adidas and Fear of God, it's a shared dream for basketball beyond the court. Wow, what a way to end 2020.